Hello, children. How are you all? So, let us start our day as we always do with press con. Join your hands, close your eyes. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama, Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama. After our prayers, it's time for our very favorite weather song. Come on. How is the weather today? Weather today, weather today. How is the weather today? Is it cloudy or bright? Are you feeling hot or cold? Hot or cold? Hot or cold? Are you feeling hot or cold? Won't you tell me today? So, children, how's the weather? Is it pleasant or is it very, very hot? Or is it just fine? Okay. Now, after the weather song, children, tell me which day is it today? Today is Friday, the last day of the week, and also the last day of our theme topic, various vegetables. So let us go and see what we are going to learn today in this theme topic, which is also the last day of the theme. Yes? Are you excited to know? Let's go. So children, the topic which is going on in our class is various vegetables, right? And we are going to learn more about vegetables today. So let's get started and see what we are going to learn. But before we go on to that, can you tell me, where do vegetables grow? Do you know? Do you find it somewhere, or does it grow on something? Yes, it grows on plants. But what do plants need to grow? Yes, we have learned what do plants need to grow, right? And I'm sure you remember it too. So let us see, what do plants need to grow? The first and the most important thing, where we plant our seed. Yes, we need a soil. We plant a seed down into the soil. After that, the plant needs sunlight. So without sunlight, the plant will not grow. It also needs what is water. Yes. So in the soil, when you plant the seed, you need sunlight, you need water. And what is that fourth thing? Yes, plants need air. So sunlight, water, soil and air will help the plant to grow. But children, do you remember the different parts of the plant? Yes? Do you know what are the parts of the plant? Let us quickly revise these parts of the plant. Now we already know that when you plant a seed in the soil, the first and the most important part which grows is the roots, right? So the roots help the plant to fix itself in the soil, and it also collects all the water and the nutrients which the plant needs to grow. So the first part is the root. Then comes the stem. So after the root grows, a stem grows, and the stem grows up in the air. So the roots go down into the soil while the stem grows up. And the stem grows up, and what grows on the stem? Yes, leaves grow on the stem, and the leaves make the food for the entire plant because they have a substance inside them which is called chlorophyll, which helps to cook the food for the entire plant. Now, after the leaves, a bud grows and blooms a pretty little flower. Can you see a pretty flower here on the screen too? Now, some flowers have seeds in themselves, but some develop into what is called as a fruit. So after a flower withers or falls off, there grows a fruit. And in the fruit, what will you get? Yes, in the fruit we get what is called as seeds. Now if you put those seeds in the soil, again a new plant will grow. So this cycle goes on. These were the parts of a plant. Now children, we learned about the different parts of the plant. But do you know what can we eat from the plants? Are you knowing which part of the plant are we eating? Let's see. Now leaves. Yes, we eat the leaves also in the form of leafy vegetables. You might have seen all these leafy vegetables coming in the house. So we are eating actually the leaves of a plant. We also eat the roots of the plant in the form of carrot, radish, beetroot, and other vegetables. We also eat the seeds of the plant in the form of corn, peas, beans, right? And we eat the stem of the plant too. For example, asparagus, rhubarb, celery. So we are eating the stem also. And tuber. Tuber is just like the root, but it is more like a bulb kind of a formation which grows. So it's not a root, but in the root, a little part grows and it becomes big. For example, potatoes. So different parts of the plants, almost all the parts of the plants we are eating, we saw that the root, stem, leaves, and fruits are the parts of the plant. We eat the fruits, we eat the seeds also. So literally each and every part of the plant is edible depending on what plant it is. So we saw that the different parts of the plant are eaten. But do you know where these vegetables grow? Do all these vegetables, can you grow all of the vegetables wherever you want? Can you grow it in your house? Or do you know how it grows? Do all the vegetables grow up or they grow down or where? So let us learn about it now. Now children, can you see this beautiful picture? You can see different vegetables. Some vegetables are growing on bushes, some are growing just above the ground, touching the ground, and some we can't see. Why? Because they are below the soil, that is underground. So let us learn about where these vegetables grow. Now some vegetables that grow underground. Yes, some vegetables, like a plant is seen up, you might not know that there is a vegetable below. But these are some of the vegetables which are growing underground. For example, onion, turnip, potatoes, carrot, beetroot. These are some of the vegetables which grow underground. So the top part is what you see, that is the leaves. But below the ground is the vegetable that we are eating. So they are called as underground vegetables because they are growing inside the soil or in the earth. Now, when you go to a farm or a vegetable garden patch, you will see all these vegetables and the farmer has to dig the soil to remove them. As you can see here in the picture, and all these vegetables, you will always find that they are covered in mud. Why? Because they are growing inside it. So they'll be always covered with a lot of soil and mud. So these vegetables need to be washed thoroughly. They have to be washed more carefully rather than the other vegetable because they are always covered with a lot of soil and mud on them. Can you see here? Yes. So these are some of the underground vegetables like the potatoes, the carrot, the turnip, the radish. So they grow below the soil and they have to be removed by pulling them out of the soil or digging the soil. So these were the underground vegetables. Now, there are some vegetables which grow above the ground. That means they are growing on shrubs or bushes. Like you can see here, the tomato and the bell peppers. So this is just an example. There are many other vegetables which are growing above the ground. But here in the picture, we can see these two vegetable plants or bushes. Now children, these vegetables grow on a short plant, that is a bush. Can you see here? The yellow and the green bell peppers, the tomatoes, the pea pods, the chilies, the beans and the brinjal. So these are the vegetables which are growing above the ground and you can see them. Right? The underground vegetables, you can't see them, but these vegetables are visible, and when they grow and they change their color and they become the color they are, because initially when a vegetable grows, it is in another color. It may be like you can see here, the tomatoes are initially green and then they get their nice red color. So these are the vegetables which are growing above the ground. Now, there are some vegetables which grow on the ground. Now, what do you mean on the ground? That is just above the soil. Like the cabbage you see here and the pumpkin. Now the cabbage is, the stem just comes out and then you get the cabbage. So there is no stem which is growing tall and then you'll get the cabbage, because a cabbage is a cluster of leaves. So right above the stem there'll be just leaves and the cabbage is formed. For example, for the pumpkin stem is very, very soft. So it cannot grow straight. So it just crawls on the ground. And then when a pumpkin grows, you can see a pumpkin sitting on the soil. So these are vegetables, some of the vegetables which are growing on the ground. Let's go and see other such vegetables. Yes, the green leafy vegetables, for example, the spinach, the fenugreek, the dill. So these are leafy vegetables which you will find just growing just above the ground, because the leaves just they just grow on the ground itself. The orange color pumpkin, as you can see, the stem is very soft, so it cannot hold itself on the plant, so it just crawls on the ground. The cabbage, the cauliflower, like they're growing in a cluster of leaves and they just grow on the ground itself. So these are some of the vegetables which grow on the ground. So children, you saw the vegetables growing underground, vegetables growing above the ground, and vegetables growing on the ground. Now, what about these vegetables? How do you cook these vegetables? Do all the vegetables have to be cooked in the same way? Or there is something you have to do before you cook the vegetables? Let's see. Now, any vegetable that you get from the market, the first and the most important thing is to wash them. You know why we wash them? Because when they grow on the farm, the farmer puts a lot of pesticides and insecticides and other kind of chemicals so that they are protected from insects and pests. So first thing, and they might be touched or they might be kept at various places, so they are dirty. So first thing you need to do is either soak them for some time and then wash them thoroughly. Especially the underground vegetables, as we have already seen, right? Then you peel the vegetables, because some vegetables, their skin needs to be removed. For example, the potato and even the carrot, you remove the top part of it. The beetroot also you remove, because these underground vegetables, the top layer is removed. Certain vegetables you do not need to peel them. You can use them as it is, and then you need to chop them, because you can't put the whole vegetable. Mama puts the whole vegetable. No, she chops them. That means cuts them into pieces, cubes, or fine dicing, so that they can be cooked nicely. Depending on the vegetable, the size of the vegetable, the pieces is cut. So if a vegetable needs to be cooked nicely or it will take a longer time, it's cut finely. And if this vegetable will cook quickly, bigger pieces it is cut in. So after peeling, you chop or you cut the vegetables nicely. Wow. So now we know that some vegetables grow below, that is underground, some vegetables grow just on the ground, and some above the ground. So now children, when you go to the vegetable market, you can actually ask your parents about these vegetables, because you will be able to see them live. And I think when you go to your refrigerator or the place where all these vegetables are kept, you can actually see them, right? So after learning about the vegetables, how they grow and how we have to take care, we have to clean them. That means we have to wash them thoroughly, and then some of them we have to peel it, and then we chop them, and then it's cooked, right? Now your mama cooks food at home, but children, tell me, who cooks food when you go to a restaurant or a hotel? Can you guess? Yes, there is a community helper for this. You cannot see him working in front, he is back doors. But yes, this community helper cooks yummy, delicious food for you on your order. So let's go and meet this community helper. Now children, today a community helper is going to come to our class. Can you guess which community helper it is? Yes, it's a chef. So let us go and meet this community helper. Here she is. And what do you think a chef does? Can you see there are a lot of vegetables around? And Something is cooking. Yes, a chef is a community helper which makes yummy, delicious food. And a chef you will find in restaurants. Right. So this is what a chef look like. And a chef wears a special uniform. That is a chef's coat. So can you see they all are wearing a special chef's coat which is always white in color, right? And on that they wear an apron so that to protect their chef coats. And what are they wearing on their heads? Can you see something? Yes, this is called a chef's hat. So a chef you will always find wearing a chef's coat, an apron whilst cooking, and a chef's hat. And this is how you can identify a chef. But you will not see this community helper working outside because they are working very hard inside the kitchen. They are really working hard to make some yummy, delicious food for you all. Yes, do you know what they do? They cook the food which is served in restaurants and hotels, and they make this yummy delicious food. They arrange it on a plate nicely and they present to you. So when you go to a restaurant and you order a meal, it is a chef who is working in the kitchen and cooking that yummy delicious meal and plating it up. Plating means arranging the food so nicely in a nice decorative manner that you feel so tempted and you feel nice to eat it. So this is what a chef does, and you can see how nicely they have arranged all the plates. So children, today the community helper which has come to class is a chef. Now let's go and watch this video in which there is a nice little song about the community helper chef.
I'm a professional cook called a chef. Of a kitchen I am the head. Through your stomach I find my way. Into your hearts is what they say. That I cook and fret. In aroma, color, texture and taste, whatever I cook is simply great. I wear a coat that's usually white, apron and a hat that fits me right. I work mainly behind the scene, so in public I'm rarely seen. Culinary art to perfect peeling, chopping and grating, stuffing, frying, blanching and baking. From the first course of the meal to the last, I prepare and serve it with class. From common to exotic dishes, I cook whatever my customer wishes. I may have helpers more than 9, yet to breathe I barely have time. To remember this I always try. Too many cooks may spoil the pie.
So the community helper chef has come to our class. Right. Now children, I want you to do one very interesting, easy activity from our fun sheet pads. So quickly go and remove your fun sheet pads and I will tell you what we are doing. So children, quickly open your fun sheet pads to page number 95, and in the same fun sheet pad, on the very last page, you will have a sheet like this. So now you will have to remove parents. This parents will do. Just remove the sheet where there are carrots and potatoes, and you will find a grid around it. So you can tear and remove that sheet and cut along the dotted lines and separate. You will find that there is instruction written, set to be given to children and extra set. So from the extra set you can cut at least 1 or 2 to give it to the children. So cut the carrots and the potatoes and write the name on the worksheet with the date, and we will see what to do next. So children, as you can see, I have done the preparation work which your parents will do. They will separate the potatoes and the carrots like this. Now after that, they will write your name and the date, that is today's date. Now let's read what the instructions are. The instruction says, put 5 carrots cut out in a plate. So how many carrots you have to stick? Here also it's written 5 carrots. So you will stick in this plate 5 carrots, and here it is written put 7 potato cutouts in the bowl. Now here you have to put 7 potatoes, and here you will put 5 carrots. 5 carrots, 7 potatoes. So let's get started. We know what a carrot looks like and we know what a potato looks like. So for that you will require some glue. Dip Mr. Pointer in glue, just very little. First let's finish sticking the carrots. And how many carrots we are supposed to stick? 5. So we will take one and we will just put glue nicely behind it like this, and we will start sticking it in the plate. And as we stick, we count 1, 2, 3, 'You will not require a lot of glue, children, so do not put a lot of glue, just a little will do. 4, 5. Now how many carrots we were supposed to stick in the plate? 5 carrots. Let us count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So can we stick more? We might have more carrots in our plate, in our tray, but can we stick them in the plate? No. The instruction says we have to stick 5 carrots, so we will only stick 5 carrots. Now let's go to the bowl. How many potatoes we were supposed to stick there? 7. Your number 7 is written. So now the same thing we have to do. We have to count and stick the potatoes one at a time. Same way we will put glue behind like this, and from the top we will start sticking and counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Children, do not stick outside the bowl. It has to be in the bowl. The instruction says put the potato cutouts in the bowl. So you cannot stick the potato or the carrot cutouts outside. They have to be in the frame. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even if you forget it, always remove your pointer finger and put on each of the object and count it again. So there were 6 potatoes are already stuck, and how many we are supposed to stick? Right, 7. So this is 7. Again, let us count and make sure we have done it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 potatoes. Correct. Here it says 5 carrots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carrots. So this is the way you will do the worksheet, and when you do this worksheet nicely, you too are going to get a star from your parents. My hands are dirty, so I cannot give it to you myself right now, but I'm sure your parents will definitely give you a shiny star. So do this sticking counting. So children, do this count and sticking activity well. Wow. So that was a nice, interesting, sorting, counting activity in our fun sheets, isn't it? So children, do it nicely, neatly. And now it's time for me to go, as Miss Suraya is right here waiting for music class. So you all go and enjoy singing along with her. And have a nice weekend, as I will see you back on Monday. Take care. Bye bye.